Chat, we have TRK versus Nush in a best of 5 an elimination match in MENA RLCS 1v1. A high stakes match here between a couple players that you are thinking, wait, what are they doing in lowers? Shouldn't these guys be some of the favorites of this 1v1 tournament? And the reality is the groups were not favorable for this squad. Rawas, TRK, Nush, Killiers make up their entire quadrant of the bracket. Nush taking the loss to Killiers, and TRK taking a loss to Rawas. Now one of these guys are going out last place. Not really last place, because this has been a long, arduous qualification from many, probably hundreds, maybe thousands of players. And top 16 is certainly far from last, but in terms of the Rocket League games being played this weekend, it would be considered last, as TRK gonna make it 1-1. Nush backing off to the midfield as his front flip will get denied by TRK. We saw immaculate defense from Killiers and counterattacks that, admittedly, Nush is known for leaving a little bit available. He has always been a bit of an all-in type player, but a lot of times his all-ins are impossible to stop, and that's what can make him so good. Killiers trying to change that notion by getting saves. We'll see how TRK will fare. TRK once, spending time as the best ones player in the world, I imagine, or probably, rank 1. I'd love to see RL duels, Elo, over time as Nush goes in and out to make the save. To see who has ever spent time as, Elo spot number 1. And I believe TRK probably would have spent some time there. Nush, on the other hand, I don't think has, but might be on a better form than TRK is right now. We'll have to wait and see. Nush on a carry out of his own back corner. Resets denied by TRK. TRK going to get undercut here and be forced right back on the defense. Nush has actually been playing a bit of the low carry game. Oh my goodness, what a backflip flick. It's on target. Look at this shot from Nush. If we go to TRK POV, thinks about the high challenge, goes to the ground. Nush flicks so late and just slows the ball down in order to pop it over the top of TRK. And he's got a 3-1 lead. Nush to the skies. Oh wow, TRK able to fight off the bump and still make the save. Now avoids the demo as well. Boost advantage still heavily in favor of Nush. TRK cannot possibly stay in this deep for this long, so he will back off to the midfield. Nush, reset flick, top right. This is what we saw from him in game number 1 against Killiers. It was looking like it was Nush's series to lose, the way he was just going mechie on the ball, but then he did unfortunately lose the series. Killiers started to save these shots and fought his way back. Nush, flick, just to send the ball forward. And it's 5-1. TRK getting a kickoff goal of his own, probably powered by the fact that someone said they're GC2 and better than him. That's a surefire way to give a goal to whoever you're trying to trash talk. Nush chipping this one up to the ceiling. TRK does go all the way up to meet him. This ball is bouncing too high. What is Nush up to? He didn't go all the way to steal. Seems like he tried to dodge maybe bump pressure while still being around to shoot, but wasn't able to connect on it. Now Nush, carry at the midfield, pop it up, wants a bump, gets it. Little high five with TRK, who almost pogoed off the post or at the crossbar to get his way back to this. I want to see it again. How realistic would it be to pogo? Oh no, because we're close. from the previous angle, It looked like maybe, but he poked it completely far away. Can you blame a man for wanting an epic accidental pogo? 6-2 for Nush. Nush. Bump. Does touch Trk, but gets him around, or gets around him. And now the counterattack is lost. He hit the ball too far forward. Not going to be able to stick with it. Nush wants another one of those backflip flicks. Trk reads it and should put it on target to make it 6-3. I don't know what this level thing is, this bits thing are, but thank you for the 135 bits from 4 separate people. I don't know, man. It's some new thing. Hamza Barmer, thank you for the 6 months, tier 1. Nush, wall pinch. Did he get this in? No bounce as well? What a beaut. What a beaut. Nush kind of wiggling on his kickoff, which loses a bit of speed. And sometimes you see people adjusting late, but not like what Nush did, which is snaking back and forth. Trk is keeping this one within striking distance. Nush has not been able to put him away. Trk reset 50. Denied by Nush, but boost advantage still to Trk. Nush is pre-jumping to try and throw Trk off, and I think he did. Got him to bail out of that aerial, and now we'll take it away. Trk missed the midfield 100, so Nush will walk it in. Probably lock it in the game. Trk resets, wave dash, pops it over the top. Really just trying to get momentum going for the next game as he decides to boom it into his own back corner. Just smack the ball around as this one will tick down in favor of Nush. Nush, reset catch, fancy. Game 1 to Nush. Game number 2, we're taking RLCS into our own hands. Who needs RLCS servers when you could just queue up a private match yourself? Nush and Trk, I believe, playing game number 2. And it looks like they're just playing it with a fresh start after not enjoying the server they were given. Trk drops a wow. I don't want to read into the subtext of everything going on. You never know what that could be. I wasn't sure if he was expecting to get his goal back. It seemed like his goal was legit, but he does get a goal either way. So he'll be back in the lead 1-0 after the wow. The wow powered him up. Ooh, Trk, that was an expert level dodge at the midfield 100. Nush is not going to punish. Nush had nobody in net after Trk showed how close you can get to the pixels on the boost without picking them up. Nush, nice wave dash cut, but almost too good. Trk still low boost. Able to get a strong shot. Nush, 50, looking at an open net. Should be able to tie it up. Wave dash kickoff for Trk, goes to the crossbar, gets nothing. Nush undercutting and double jumping this one up. Wants the 50. Nice little pin to make sure Trk can't get back. You gotta shoot it! Wait, he's not going to. He's gonna make Trk come back. Okay. I thought Trk was immediately recovering, But clearly he had a better read that Trk was like flipping around. Because if Trk rushed back right away, Nush waited way too long. But he is going to get his lead 2-1 and waste a little bit more time. Nush. Flick. Actually goes for it. Slight delay though. Puts it over the top of Trk. Nush. Again to the skies after a kickoff win. And kind of a nothing burger shot, if you ask me. Not going for a 50, not really going for any insane outplay with a reset. Just kind of rolls towards the net. You never know what kind of fake he's maybe hoping to do there, but at that angle, nice save from Trk, who recovers on 0 boost and slams it out of his nets. Now trying to play a bit of keep away. Didn't like the position all the way deep in Nush's corner and thought he was going to chip that ball almost surely. No reason to fake there. What a catch and punish. Nush missed some open nets earlier to not punish Trk. This time, he's not going to be as giving as he slots it top shelf. Nush has been really, really greedy on the goal line. And I think it's been much to his detriment, despite getting one here or there. He really wants to finish off a play if he gets it into the box. Sometimes you have to just admit that you no longer have the advantage when you're low on boost. Nush backflipping off this one. Gonna pick up the midfield 100. Trying to bail out of his immediate challenge and does get back to it in time. Nush waiting this one out to collect. Delay the flick. Nice shots. Nush loved these little flicks with his wheel back down on the ground. We'll watch it again from Nush POV. Delays that flick and then launches it. Has a quick recovery too. Such a tough read when you're launching it using the help of the ground. Nush back to the ball, up 5-1. Back in a similar spot that he was in game number 1. He keeps doing this pop-up where he does a full slow backflip behind the ball. And I've yet to really see what the end goal is, what he is going to be able to create out of it, because so far, both times he's done it, just kind of gives the ball to Trk on a very easy challenge. But maybe he's just setting something up. Conditioning Trk, and we'll get to see the great result here. I imagine he's going to lean away from it this time. No reset, just wants a dunk. Keeps it in the attacking half. In fact, keeps it almost glued to the wall. Trk so close to making it back. But Nush will get a 6th. Nush. Quick recovery with the dash onto the side wall. Reset touch will keep it dribbled in the air. Trk still gets the save. Trk was not going to be able to stop something that floated to the net high, or at least so Nush thought. And he did what was, you know, a really good idea, but a really tough shot to execute, which is just catch the ball and keep it top shelf all the way to the net. Trk still managed to make the save, and now will score out of his own nets off of a Nush bit of greed, which is how a lot of the goals have been scored against him. Kickoff in his favor, though. What is this one? He does get back to the ball in order to 50 it in time. Ultimately going for the low 50 here, and he is not going to be able to stop this. We'll just redirect it in. Nush, I mean, he is towing the line here. Clearly starting to freestyle a bit more, but he has not secured this game. 2 goals, 30 seconds. Trk backs off. Nush, unsurprisingly, expecting an early challenge, so flicks as immediately as he has control in order to get around said early challenge. Now launching this one away. Trk Has the reset around ceiling heights and uses it as he falls to the ground. Nush is one kickoff goal now from allowing TRK to send this one to OT. He needs to be so careful. Nice use of the back end of his car. TRK has possession, missed his first touch though, and now is going to try and work it out. You can't work it out on the ground. You need the ball in the air, TRK. And it will not be in the air. Gain number 2 going to go to Nush as well. TRK is going to need a reverse sweep if he wants to bring it back. TRK into the Octane. Octane TRK alerts. Will it be the answer here against Nush? Desmolizer, maybe the 6 months prime. Nush early challenge on TRK's first possession. And TRK reads it, gets the 50, drops the ball down, and follows up for the first goal. You can go from 0 to 1,000 viewers, trust the process. That's what I'm talking about. That's the hype I needed. Nush. Waiting and watching TRK on the other side of the ball. Is this the faded backflip goal we've been waiting for? It is! He does it! He scores with a backflip. This time cancels a flick and sends it directly at TRK and then recovers and backflips again. Nush on 0 boost behind the ball. He is not in a good spot. Hard to get out of this. You see he doesn't jump. He's trying to get a 50 and keep his wheels down so then he can make a move, but sometimes you have to jump if you want to get a decent 50 at all. But if you do jump, your recovery is really slow compared to the guy with boost. So really, despite being on the ball, he was already in really big trouble. And does not manage to escape. Nush, ooh, gets to catch this for free. TRK leaving. It's a very interesting decision. Now delayed flick from Nush. Actually, I wonder if TRK could have stuck around. This is not an easy ball to bring down to the ground. I know TRK is low on boost, but Nush probably has to dispossess himself. Even on 0 boost, if TRK sticks around, as Nush comes to the ground, he probably has to use his reset in order to pop it around TRK, and then TRK might be able to collect and then go get boost in the process. Bring the ball back to his own corner, get his 100, and have ball. But instead, he just lets Nush fall to the ground and get possession for free. And Nush shows him why you can't let him get possession for free. Another pop-up where he just fades into a backflip. This time he was nowhere in the stratosphere of the ball, so it didn't work out or get anywhere close to. TRK, flip reset shot too low. Nush wants a 1-2 hook shot. Is it good enough to score? Nope. TRK sends it to the back wall. Nush decides to challenge early. They're both going to have a reset on 100. TRK heads to the skies right away to prevent a Nush challenge. But another reset is easily read as TRK goes to the ground. Famous for getting the reset and then not using it and instead wave dashing. But Nush has had trouble here. At this point, Nush is the consistent factor in these low 50s. He has been trying to dunk the ball off these players and can't seem to be able to. Ops went 6-0. Interesting. Ops into that top 6 without losing a game. Very impressive. He's going to be rewarded with a pretty tough matchup, I think, tomorrow. Nush, speed to the ball, puts it on targets. Ties it 3-3. Ooh, it was against Ghazi, so we got to see it. Yeah, Ghazi and Ops have probably played many times in those cash cups, and Ghazi ends up winning them all. So the fact that Ops got the win, clutching up at the right time. TRK demo. Now on the bounce dribble. Cuts it in before Nush can get back. TRK continuing to lead in this game where he needs to win. Nush trying to fight back with these 50s. The way players have done to him today, but not able to get on target. Trk just launching off the side wall. I don't know if this is based on what Nush has been doing earlier with his aerial game. He was just expecting a first touch to actually be an aerial, but Nush didn't actually do it. Kept it on the wall and then brought it down to the ground. A mix-up is rewarded. And a 4-4 tie game as Trk grabs the midfield 100, and he heard Nush underneath him, so he knows to accelerate the ball quickly, get it to the goal line. Not going to be easy for Nush to recover and make a save. I'm not sure why Nush followed him there. He knew he wasn't going to get to the boost, and he just made sure to get all the way underneath the play and then recover on 12, which means he's going to have a really late recovery across the net. Nush actually flew in front of this ball, so Trk 2-goal lead. Minute 50 as he tries to bring it back. Nush, the big kickoff win. Really soft touch off the side wall. Bringing it back down to the ground instead. Trk covers all of it. Does not get caught out. Takes a long shot. Nush stops him for now. Will he go for the full field dribble? This is the kind of floating around that I was talking about earlier. Trk just needs to stick around and not let Nush down to the ground. This time he's doing it because he feels much more confident with 100 boosts, but even when he's low, probably could afford to not let Nush be comfortable. Now 7-4. Minute 19. The Octane is maybe the answer here for Trk. Nush has Trk in a rough spot. Goal line 50. Trk guides it to the corner. Still boost steal for Nush. Look at the midfield as well. Trk has to be careful, and a big dunk. Oh, Nush! Wait, Nush, what are you doing? Just catch it directly at the net, and you score a goal. Nush instead put it on the back wall, and I think that's probably the end of this game. I think Trk kind of secured it there with that Nush whiff. Nice shot from Trk. Now he really has 8-4 as he's bringing it back. Trk not backing down, is continuing to try and score. Has a great shot. Nush, what a save! Oh my goodness. It comes in garbage time, I would argue. But that would be one of the more impressive saves we've seen today in a closer game context. Nush, 360. He's styling. He's trying to get his groove back, and that doesn't hurt. Low 50. Within 3. Good Canadian boy. Thank you for the prime. And I'm glad we don't have TTS on during the show matches so that we don't have to listen to that many 5s. Wait. Hold on. Any believers? Any believers in the chat? Type 1 if you believe. Nush needs to get it there quick. Can't afford. He's taking too long. It might go in, but it's too late. Game number 3 going to go to Trk. Needed to win it straight towards the net. I mean, he played it about as fast as he could after the kickoff bounced over there. But it gets in at 0 seconds. And Trk is on the board. Game number 4. Trk on the board. Can he keep it up as Nush heads to the side wall? A telegraphed musty will be challenged, taken away, and scored on the other net. Big kickoff win for Trk. Able to pop the ball and snag the boost to keep it around. Nush. Desperate to make it clear. Doesn't even have pads to pick up as Trk's been taking those. So he goes up the midfield, makes a save. Still alive. I want to say, it looked like he was missing a dash as I switched off his POV, but he does seem in a decent position right now. Trk, nice shots. The reset dash back down to the ground to pop it to the other side of the net. Nush survived a decent amount of time, but wasn't going to be able to stop this one. Nush had a snappy wave dash kickoff, but it's not going to help him out here as he's pointed away. Trk just forcing it straight through off that diagonal. .3-0 for Trk, who wants to force a game 5. Trk sends this one to the backboard as Nush resets. High chip. Needs to go quickly. I was going to say Trk is already kind of rotating in that a little bit behind the play. So Nush forces the issue and is on the board. Trk off the back wall. Going for the full field dribble and does it with ease. Takes on the Diaz challenge and absolutely succeeds. Nice reset shot, Nush. Diaz in chat. Right away. Nush. Kickoff win to the sidewall. Did not put a ton of flair in that one. Just tried to go for a strong shot. Top corner, Trk. Is he going to get out of this? For a second, it seemed like an impossible save. This was a really good save here. And then after going to sidewall, I thought there's no way he pins that well enough to get it out. But he got close. As Nush tries to start and work his way back. Steve Buscemi-Lummer, thank you for the 7 months. Appreciate you. Nush another 360 on his dribble. Can he get back to this one? He should be able to shoot. Trk has been losing some consecutive kickoffs, and Nush has been converting. But this diagonal was great for him last time. And he'll win it again, this time fighting it off to the right. Nush on 0 boost. Trk flicks it over the top of him. Nice recovery bump from Nush to prevent the shot. Can he even get a goal out of it? He's getting bumped by Trk back the other way, and he's just going to use it as help to race to the other side. Will this show again? Nush gets bumped here, and he just holds power slide and quickly flips sideways like he needs to chase it down and make it 4-4. Slight delay on the wave dash kickoff for Nush. Trk hiding behind the ball. Nush does not mind. He has not been checking. He has never been checking behind the ball today. He's just going to get the read off of sound alone, maybe. Trk air dribble bump. Interesting kickoff from Trk. I don't know if he slightly canceled that front flip or delayed it. Not normally how you see people approaching, and yet still looks like he got there first. I think Nush must be delaying on the other side. Trk not head to the sidewall. Nush has not been having a ton of success trying to reclose the gap between himself and the opposition. Trk just reading these dives. Halfway through the game, 2-goal lead for Trk. Nush going to the ceiling pinch, and Trk denies it. He pre-jumped the aerial, went all the way up there, and is not going to allow him to squeeze one off the ceiling into the net. Pre-flip, 10 boost for him, 0 now. Nush in a really strong spot. Needs to just not go too all in. Takes an early shot. Collects on the other side. Trk still just on pads. Nush loves backflipping into these dribbles. But I'm not sure necessarily what he's gaining out of them, and he can't get back to this play before Trk is going to be able to guide it out. Boost reset for Trk. Still possession for Nush. First touch into a dribble. Trk pre-jumps it. Trk still at a disadvantage, but he has been surviving. And faking a challenge gets Nush to lob the ball. How can he handle this return to the ground? Can he dispossess him? It doesn't seem like it. Reset again. Nush doing a good job of not allowing Trk control. Sure, his shot attempts have been stopped, but he's got tons of time if he really can hold on to this possession for another minute 30. He's diving a little bit now. First risky take there, going for the bump. If that doesn't connect nice, his possession might be over. but he gets enough. And the possession continues. Now it may have just ended. TRK finally got something to go with, but Nush immediately challenges. TRK into the back corner. It can be tough to get this dribble going. Nush, aggressive, maybe felt like he needed to. Well, he does have a ton of time with a minute left to go. I don't think it was necessarily time to dive into the back corner. TRK gets around it. Has been reading that aggression. 7-4. Nush needs a kickoff goal over going game 5. And I don't think this is that. Ooh, nice demo. Knew TRK was going to jump as well, so actually clips with him in the air. Can't get this low 50. Tried to rush the ball to capitalize on the demo, but doing so brought it close enough that TRK could challenge and will get a goal of his own. 8-4. I didn't believe last time, and Nush actually made it look like a 1-goal game. But I think I'm a non-believer again. And if anything, you can just credit me for blessing Nush and this comeback. But no, he's not going to score. TRK will lob it away. In fact, TRK will get one more. We're going game 5. All the Falcons were thrown into the same quadrants of the brackets. The world insisted on one of these 4 getting eliminated. TRK trying to make it so that all the Falcons survive. Although that's not guaranteed. I think at least one of the Falcons had to have lost the upper brackets. But at least alive for now. These guys want to make us watch goal replays. They don't want to go to the next game. They want more goal replays. Two. One of these guys eliminated after this next game. Game 5. TRK trying to get the reverse sweep in the Octane. Has yet to lose to Nush since switching to the Octane. Nush is actually going to go Octane as well. The Octane counter. An Octane 1v1 in MENA. What has the world come to? TRK will score first again. Nush has to limit these opportunities, these free nets, from losing possession in the blue half. It has been the difference for him probably over the course of the whole day. This kickoff going to be thrown towards the net. Nush knows he's going to be operating on very little boost as he tries to escape this kickoff loss. What a 50! Brick wall on TRK's side flip. And was it just barely able to get the ball in the air back the other way. Not enough to make TRK miss. Potentially forced into an air dribble. This is what I'm talking about. TRK has to make Nush awkward, which he did. He stayed around just enough. Almost dunked him straight in, but not quite. And Nush, with the patience, goes to the goal line and makes a save. 3 boosts now for him. TRK is actually going to allow him to go get the 100 by dunking him in that direction. TRK off the sidewall, reset, holds it, fakes. That is classic from TRK, and Nush maybe knows it. Does not fall for the reset fake. Just lines up on the ball's bounce and pretends TRK isn't there, and that pays off. TRK trying to reset the field to his own back wall. Now going the distance. We saw him succeed in the Diaz challenge earlier this game, but there's a reason why it's named after Diaz. This one's going to fall far short. First touch was never going to make it all the way anyways. And Nush will intercept to make it 2-1. Nush going to bump TRK a couple times off kickoff. Both of them very low on boost. They'll reset. TRK tried to dive in and close the distance and actually probably did convince Nush to go with a heavy touch there. Now can Nush survive? Seemed like he got slightly knocked off course by a supersonic TRK, but not enough to register as a demo. Nush ceiling resets down to the ground. TRK passively pre-jumping behind the ball, waiting it out, and cannot make the save. Did not want to challenge Nush. Credit to Nush on the initial dribble by not sending it too far forward. Sent it kind of straight up and down where he could comfortably catch it again without TRK feeling like he had a position to challenge. TRK's front flipping on the kickoffs, and that is just something you don't really see anymore. Maybe to try and throw an intentional delay, getting there slightly later, keeping himself perfectly square. Nush. Both goals it looks like he's going to allow here are off of great scoring chances for him that just don't quite work out. And TRK gets to look at a wide open net. Nush going to make it 4-2. This wave dash kickoff pays off. Able to force it into the blue half. TRK closing the distance here. Hoping to make it awkward for Nush to get possession in this back corner. He does quickly challenge him after he gets the ball on top of his car. Now dispossessed, but Nush with boost advantage. TRK picking up pads on his way back to midfield. Could not get this flick over the backflip challenge. And Nush is going to play it straight towards the net. Did he get it top right? No, Nush. He has been an expert at hitting the bar and the posts. Cannot cut this one around. TRK picks up the 100, jumps to dodge a potential demo, and TRK is going to allow Nush to bring it to the ground. Backs all the way off. TRK has been preferring a 100 boost over trying to make Nush feel awkward. Long shot from Nush. Is it going to be good enough? I think it's going to be posted. Oh, it's in! Posted in! Nush finally gets to bounce his way, and it comes at the perfect time because he is landing down on the ground here with pads and no boost. So he was going to be a tough spot if he got a bad bounce and had to defend against TRK. 3-goal lead with a minute 40. Nush trying to prevent the reverse sweep. Is the Octane answer going to be enough? Bumping TRK out of the way. TRK, did he get back and make the save? He does! He pull shot Nush. It doesn't matter, but still pretty impressive. Getting bumped off of Nush in order to get to the goal line and make the save, but it just pops right back out to Nush. 6-2, and he's not going to this kickoff. He did tap boost. What? Nush is going to hand him over the ball? This is like the behavior you see from freestyle 1v1ers, but instead it's RLCS 1v1 Elimination Game 5. Nush decided after TRK faked him. Oh my goodness, just barely a save. That just handing him the ball and retreating for boost was better than anything he could have come up with. Nush faking, and he doesn't even have ball cam on. Watching from his POV, what is he doing? He's just power sliding, not looking at the ball at all. He insists on freestyling no matter the context. Now heading to the ceiling, prepping for the 50. TRK pre-flips into the corner just before the boost spawns. Nice dunk. Nush can get one touch. Can he get another? He does. Nush is flying around the map, and he's killing enough time right now to secure this game 5. Nush controlling this one. Is he going to go wall pinch? He does! Oh my goodness, Nush! He goes so slow into this pinch, but he absolutely rockets it out. And there's nothing TRK can do. I thought he's just wasting some time, but apparently he's getting another goal. TRK again with the front flip on this kickoff. The straight kickoff, it's not going to matter. There's no way he's getting 5 goals. Nush switches to the Octane, stops the bleeding, and wins in Game 5 to advance. Not every single Falcon will be making top 8. They got the worst possible brackets in order to try and do it. And Nush has prevented it. Tried to get a demo for the road. TRK, a MENA legend in 1v1, will go out top 16. GG's.